Have you ever wondered why Hollywood dominates global cinema? Part of the answer lies buried in the trenches of World War I. Movie making had developed at about the same time in Europe and America, but when war erupted in 1914, much of the European film industry shut down as entire economies shifted to the war effort. The devastation was total. Mechanized warfare brought carnage and destruction on an unimaginable scale. Then, in the final year of war, 1918, the Spanish flu raged across the globe, killing millions more people, including hundreds of thousands of Americans. A world war and a global pandemic left much of the world hunkered down and desperate for relief. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, American studios had kept filming. When the guns of war finally fell silent and the dark clouds of sickness and pandemic lifted, Hollywood stood ready to offer what people craved: escape into the dream world of the movies. The glamour, hedonism, and extravagance of American cinema were the perfect antidote to a generation exhausted from war and mass death. In the decade that followed, Hollywood flooded global markets, including a devastated Europe, with hundreds of high-quality, star-driven films, firmly establishing the United States as the world's movie-making capital. In darkened theaters around the country and around the world, audiences sought different forms of escape. Romantic films offered intoxicating fantasy. Rudolph Valentino smoldered in The Sheik and the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Known as the Latin Lover, when Valentino tragically died of appendicitis at the young age of 31, his devastated fans mobbed his funeral procession as it passed through New York City. Greta Garbo arrived from Sweden speaking no English, but her sensuality and worldly characters pushed the limits of eroticism in film, becoming one of Hollywood's first sex symbols. When she teamed up with John Gilbert, nicknamed the Great Lover in Flesh and the Devil, their chemistry was so intense that rumors of real romance sent box office receipts soaring. Studios quickly learned the value of selling and at times manufacturing romantic fantasy, both on and off screen. Hollywood, stronger than ever after the war, looked to flex its grand global ambitions through spectacular and spectacularly expensive historical epics. Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ, deployed thousands of extras and used real chariots crashing at breakneck speed for its legendary chariot race, costing more than most studios' entire annual budgets. Films like The Ten Commandments or The Thief of Baghdad featured massive sets and enormous casts, proving that only Hollywood could resurrect ancient civilizations or part the Red Sea. And studios fought to outdo each other in scale and ambition as they sought status and prestige.